Welcome to Jackal DIY and Tech. In today's video, we'll take a look at the smallest, cheapest mechanical keyboard that I could find, but it's not this one. The one that I found is this one. Now, I did buy it from AliExpress because it's the cheapest thing that I can buy and get it delivered here, but it's actually a lot cheaper for you guys in the US. It's $30, but you also get a coupon, so basically 24, and you probably also have free shipping. Now this keyboard is wired, as you can see. You can choose between red, brown and blue switch, and it comes, this one is red-white, this one is purple-white, and this one is gray-white. As for this one, I guess this one is the only one that has a blue switch. The one that I got is this one with red switch. But as I said, I got it on AliExpress. But for anyone in the US, I will leave a link down below. So if you buy it, it will help the channel out a little bit. So I can maybe make more reviews like this one. Now this will be my first impression of this keyboard. And I'm not much of a keyboard kind of guy. So let's take a look at this one, just looking at the images. This is what you can expect from the red one. But they don't really have close-up images. But it does look nice. Now the main thing that I want from a keyboard is that the letters are white and then we have some accent. And I wanted to tone it down a little bit, so I chose this one. Now let me put that one away, and in case you're wondering, what is this one? This one is Real Clutch 71, but it doesn't come with these keycaps, I use different ones. Now for the keyboard in question, it's this one, Ajazz. As for the model, is it listed? AK680. Now the packaging that came from AliExpress is a little bit damaged, but nothing too serious. So let's see what's inside. We have a pamphlet. Give it a quick look-see. So it's in Chinese and it's also in English. You do have some guide on what key presses to use, so you know how to actually use this keyboard. Then we have the keyboard itself. Let's see. Let's play. Oh, can you see that? Now I can tell immediately, but I don't know if you can see this. The keycaps were shiny, especially all of the stickers. Now if you just look at it straight on, like we see it at the moment, this looks nice, but if you tilt it, I would say that these are actually stickers and not being dye sublimated like the keys on that keycaps. Anyway, we'll take a look at this shortly. We should still have a cable, so it is neatly packed. Just down here it is. So we have the USB, so USB-A to USB-C type connection. This one is wired. And let's see what we also get. So we get a keycap puller, switch puller, and two switches. So this keyboard is supposedly hot swappable, so we'll also put that to the test. But the first test that I will do is see how much it bends or twists. So let's see. It actually doesn't twist that much, which is surprising to say the least. And I am putting quite a bit of force on all of the corners while doing this. So I would say it passes the twisting test. So we have the USB-C in the back. Now we don't have any adjustable legs, which could be a downside for some. And then we have the keys. Well, that is a bummer. It's actually not level. Did I do that with the twisting? Who knows? So it's fixed. I guess I've done that with the twisting. Now, what I'm looking in the smallest keyboard that I can find are two things. One is the arrow keys, and the other is a dedicated delete key, just so if I have to go into the BIOS, I'm able to do so. Now these are definitely stickers. I want to peel this off. Not really, but it is really noticeable in the light and also noticeable when you touch it. In any case, I think this one feels nice. So let's pull out some keys for all of them and see how this is put together and if it is actually hot swappable. Now let's see, can I go in with the keycap puller? Not really. So I'll use this one. And if you intend to pull all of the keycaps off, just put them how they were, so you don't have any confusion how to put them back on. Now the switches themselves, they are thick. I do like them. I just don't like this sticker that has been put on. But like I said, it's not really visible from the promotional material images. So I don't know if all of the keycaps were like this, or if this is just someone selling this as an Ajazz keyboard, or if Ajazz themselves found stickers to be cheaper. So the space is being held by this thingy. Haven't seen this before. Usually they have some metal kind of stick, which is a stabilizer, so this is a new type of stabilizer, at least for me. So the Shift 2 also has this new stabilizer thingy. I guess enter as well. It does. Oh, so there is actually a stabilizer stick beneath it. Just goes to show how much I'm in the keyboard space. Not much, but I do like cheapy stuff. And if it's customizable, even better. Which is what you probably want to know. How customizable is it? Only one way to find out. Now taking all of the keycaps off took a bit of time, but I am kind of surprised that no switch was being pulled out. So now I have some screws to take out. 6 in total. Now from what I've seen, people usually make some kind of modification to the keyboard, especially on the inside, putting some kind of foam, but lately manufacturers decided to do that themselves. So let's see if this is the case with this one as well. So we have a plastic casing printed in ABS, supposedly. I think this one also comes in Bluetooth, but don't take my word for it. It would make sense for a battery to be here. Or maybe it's just because of this capacitor. Now immediately what you can see, especially if you know your keyboards, is that this one that I got is actually not hot swappable, because all of these solder joints that you see, the big blobs, these are the pin switches. So that is why no switch actually came out. As for the modification, they did put some foam in between the switch and the PCB, and this switch holder, which is transparent, so that is kind of nice. Now, am I bothered that this is not hot swappable? Maybe a tiny bit, but just a tiny bit, because I'm not that much into the keyboard. Now, if you're lucky, and maybe if you buy it off of Amazon, you will actually get a hot swappable keyboard, but this one that I got off of AliExpress is not. So this is also a plus when you buy off of Amazon, at least in my opinion anyway, is that you can easily send this back if you don't like the product, which is not the case with AliExpress. Now do you see this rectangle kind of line? This means that this PCB board does have the possibility to be wireless, not this one, because all of this is unpopulated, which I guess should be for this to actually work. Now, I won't be able to do any modification to this board when it comes to switches. I will be able to change the keycaps, and maybe, just maybe, I will also use some rubber O-rings on the switch stems around here. So this also takes some time, but before you just jump into modification, you should test out the keyboard that it actually works and that the switches that you have meet your needs. And if they do, then you can do some modification if you want. One modification that I may need to do though is put some foam under the PCB. Now one thing that I didn't do is turn it on, so let's do that. Ooh. So it is RGB LED, but it looks like the LEDs are set in stone, so we have green, orange, red, purple and blue. If I take a look at the cheat sheet, so it does say we have rainbow backlit and 19 modes. Let's just see how the modes are changed. So we have caps lock. I don't see any indication. Maybe it indicates the caps lock is being lit on if the LEDs are turned off. So for the LEDs we have FN plus this one, basically these two keys. Usually I just have this type of LED to be displayed. So yeah, the caps lock is turned on if you switch it on. So let's see what other modes we have. This one's kinda cool, looks a little bit retro-ish, goes well with the theme. I just wish that the LEDs would not be in rainbow color, but that's a personal preference. This one's nice. Just don't know how it looks like beneath the keycaps because these are not shine through. Now supposedly you can change the light effect direction, but I didn't have any luck with this, so I don't actually know if this works, and if it does, which effect it actually affects. Then we have the light speed, which in this case would be these two keys. So this should be the maximum speed, I guess. It is. And this should be the slowest speed, which it also is. But it doesn't seem like the direction adjustment is being adjusted. You can also use the FN and left control to switch between the numbers and the F function keys, and you can reset it by pressing FN plus spacebar for 3 seconds, and you have FM plus X one-click switch backlit. So for a tiny keyboard, quite a lot of adjustments that you can make, and I see it's not only English and Chinese. I don't know what language this is. No, this is a decent keyboard, at least in my opinion. Now the only thing that I didn't see that you can do is to actually turn the LEDs off. Maybe if you just turn off the light, and that's about it. Now you may have also seen that some of the keyboards actually come with different keycaps. This one did not have any spare keycaps, which is a little bit strange, but I guess it is what it is. Because let's just take a look at this red one. It comes with a white space, and this one here has green space, green enter, and green escape. But maybe that also depends on the type of connection the keyboard has. So in this case it's dual mode connection, and this one is wired only. In any case, I'll just put this back and come back once I have everything back up and running. And welcome back. This is now day 2 of this project. As you can see, I have changed some keys. Ideally I would change all of them, but I don't have them. Now I did go over the product specification. The only thing that it does specify is that the keycaps are ABS, but nothing about the legends. So yes, these are stickers. As you can see, this is totally different than this. Now one thing that you can't see, most likely, is the height difference. So these keycaps are XDA height keycap. So if you don't want to change the keycaps, just make sure you have all of them in the same style. What I did notice though is these are the keycaps that I'm using on this keyboard. Different thickness though. These are a lot lower than these ones. But just because of the padding that this keyboard has, these keycaps also feel a lot nicer than these ones, even though they're the same. And this keyboard also has the brown switches that this one uses. So it all depends how thick the padding is inside of the keyboard. And I don't remember if I done any modification to this one. Anyway, some of you will want to hear how the keyboard sounds. Before that, we can also just go over some of the RGBs, and to my surprise, the backlight is actually strong enough so you can see what we have pressed. Just an FYI, I'm not a fast typist, but I will do my best and do a quick test. So that was my typing test. Yesterday I've done just a quick test. The result was 39, which supposedly is above average. And today this is 48. As I said, I'm not the fastest typist, but I do like how the keyboard sounds, and I also like the fact that you can change the keys. In this case though, you'll want all of the keys to be the same, so you can see what the height difference actually is. So that is why you should have the same style of keycaps and the same height. And also, as you may have noticed, I don't actually have the correct lettering. Now, would I recommend that you get this keyboard? I would, but there is always a but. It is cheap, so you do have to know that and take it into account. I do like the sound dampening of it. I also like the keycaps. They are thick, so it's thick ABS. I do like that. The keycaps have nice texture to them. The legends though, they are stickers. How long they will last, I have no idea. But if they do wear out and you want to have blank keycaps, then you can get one of the sets. So you can get the grey one, the red one, or the purple one. You can change the keycaps, but that will increase the price. By how much? Well, depends on the keycaps that you buy. This keyboard is small in comparison to this Royal Clutch 71. It's shorter by 1 row. As for the weight, it is a bit lighter, but this one is wireless. Now, if you do get the wireless version though, it doesn't have a built-in battery, it uses two AA batteries. As for how you replace them, maybe through this socket, which I don't have in this case because it's not wireless, but if it was, this is probably where you would replace them. If you just want a keyboard that works, I would suggest this one, especially if you want something on the very low budget. That's it for this video. Soon we'll take a look at another Ajazz keyboard that is also budget friendly, but that one is full sized, so we also have all of the numpad keys on the right side. So if you want to see that video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.